What it do? What it do? It's another episode of GOAT Metrics, number 11. How y'all doing, fellas?
What's going on? Like, how was good?
I ain't not, man. Chilling. How you doing, B?
Ain't nothing much, man. Chilling,
All right, all
just
right, all
enjoying
right.
life.
All right, what's new, fellas? What's new? Tell me something new before we get the show started.
Man, I'm out here. My wife, she out in Puerto Rico. Shout outs to Puerto Rico, not her. She left me with all these raggedy kids. you know, inside joke, my Uncle Life, he always telling me it's a lot of people at my house. Right? He tell me
Facts.
Yeah, so I was up late because normally my wife she wake for school. So my oldest daughter, she get up at 5 in the morning. So, 2 o'clock hit, I was still up. So I'm like, well, I might as well stay up, make sure all the girls get out. So I did, so I ain't really be able to take a nap until about 9 o'clock, 9, 10 in the
Mm.
morning. So, I got up, all the kids is here, whatever. Um, and my man called me, my cousin, and he like, yo, is my daughter, she good? Everything is going on, she good? So I'm like, your daughter? I was like, what you mean? He's like, nah, I dropped her off about an hour ago,
What?
with the other girls. So I said, how you just gonna drop your daughter off and not say nothing, like not let me know? He was like, I figured you wouldn't notice. Like he was like, you wouldn't notice it was an extra kid. I said, come on, son. I'm not gonna notice it's an extra kid at my house. He was
Hey,
like, yeah, right. He
if you,
was like, I'm joking. I dropped her off 4 hours ago. I was like, damn.
mm. Hey,
Yeah.
hey. And the funny thing about it, he's right. You wouldn't notice. You know what I
I
mean?
didn't
Yeah.
notice. I didn't. She was here for like 4 hours. She's still here. I
Wow.
don't even know if he's coming back to get her.
Mm. That's crazy. What up, B? How's your week going?
Ain't nothing much. Ain't nothing much. Everything good, you know what I'm saying? Just living life. Only one day off, which was today, because I agreed to work tomorrow. So short.
Get, get that money. Did he freeze? No.
Benny still having technical difficulties.
Yeah. He was holding us up earlier, B.
He
Let me,
got to get the tech team back in there.
he back together. He back together. Well, I'm gonna go into my story, B. You kind of froze up, man. We're going. My story,
I'm back.
it's kind of, I don't even, I was trying to think of something funny to start the show off, but then it was like, it was something meaningful happened like Tuesday, Wednesday. I went to Chipotle. So I gave a female a pass. I'm gonna share this for some empathy around the world because we don't have empathy. So anyway, I went to Chipotle, ordering my food. Young lady in there, go from one person to the other person. The first person that started doing my chicken, my brown rice, and my beans and everything, she was good, happy, whatever. Then the other girl grabbed the bowl, right? So I told her, let me get lettuce, guacamole, and sour cream.
Okay.
So me, I'm looking at the sour cream right before she getting the lettuce and everything. She grabbed my bowl. It's mad corn in the sour cream, right? And I don't eat corn like that. I like corn on the cob. I don't like regular corn like that. So I'm thinking like, she gonna clean that out, or she gonna do something, or she gonna pick around it or something, right? So I'm watching her, right? So she started collecting the corn, right? I'm like, oh, she gonna throw that out. You know what I mean? She gonna collect all the corn and put it on my bowl, and then like put the lid on it. So me, I'm hot in the inside because I'm like, I didn't want to eat no corn. So in my mind, I wanted to be an asshole, like, yo, so can I get some more sour cream with my corn? So 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 I just chilled or whatever because I looked at her face, and this where the empathy come in. You could tell she was having a rough day.
Mm.
So I didn't say nothing. And I'm petty.
Yeah.
Nothing. I just went to the register and was, charging it up or whatever. The lady, I guess, she told us some extra stuff, so it was a little bit higher. So she was like, $15. I was like, you charge me for that corn? Yeah, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Let's get
Yeah.
man. This GOAT Metrics episode 11. We got none other. I ain't even introduced the fellas, man. What am I doing, man? We got Sev in the building, and we got Benny Blanco in the building. I'm your host, Lifeline. And this GOAT Metric episode 11. This is none other than Irvin Magic Johnson. He played 13 years and got a GOAT metric score of 180. He played from 1979 through 79-80 to 1990-91. Then he came back 95-96. Magic Johnson got 5 chips. He got 4 assist titles. He got 2 steals titles. He got 3 MVPs. He got 3 finals MVPs. He got 10 all NBA. And then he's number 7 all time in assists. So he got 10 points for that. So his total score is 180 points. You want to jump in? I'm gonna let Ben jump in on this one because it's a point guard. What you think about Magic Johnson's career?
To me, you know what I'm saying, as far as the basketball I've seen so far, Magic is the GOAT when it comes to point guards. 6'9", nobody's even seen, like, it's unheard of even at the time in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 6'9" point guard coming down the court. The passes, you know what I'm saying? The showmanship. You're talking about a guy in his rookie year started at center to win an NBA's finals. Right then and there, I mean, it's silly, but he's known as Magic Johnson, not Irvin Johnson.
Yeah.
To me, that says it all right there. But the fancy passes, the showmanship, the Showtime Lakers, like, they had the 80s popping off. It was a show. It was like a Broadway show to go see the Lakers. And Magic was at the forefront of all that. The rings, I mean, everything. So to me, Magic is the go at point guard.
That's sad.
All right. Well, first of all, let me say this. That's not me starring in the show on that series. All right. I'm tired of people coming up to me telling me I'm playing Magic Johnson. That's not me. It's not.
Yo.
All right. That's first of all.
That's funny.
But seriously, though, I'm with Benny, man. Next to Magic, like I say, Chris Paul for me, but Magic Johnson is definitely the GOAT. Even though he's placed number 11 on metrics, I mean, when you put in the fact that he saved the NBA, along with Larry Bird, let's not take nothing away. Those two, that rivalry, it saved the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
It brought the NBA to where it is now. And like he said, 6'9", running up the court, skipping, smiling behind the back, you know what I'm saying? Or backdoor passes to the big man. Nobody did it better, and nobody did it with more showmanship. You know what I'm saying? He might be next to the circus, the greatest showman in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I definitely big up to Magic Johnson.
Okay.
Career cut short too.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not gonna. Y'all said everything with Magic Johnson. Let me ask you a few questions though. Like he don't have no all defensive teams, even though he got 2 assist titles. I mean, 2 steals titles.
2 steals titles.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question. Do you think that he he's renowned. Sorry, I had to eat a piece of candy. Do you think he's renowned as the GOAT point guard because of the championships, the fancy passes, or because they marketed him that way?
It's a little bit of all those things, but it was the consistency. Like he came out and his style of play, the assist. So a point guard, you got to have the vision. You got to have the court vision. If you don't have the court vision, I don't think you should be in category of best type 5 point guards, because the assist is the major part of the point guard, in my opinion. Getting everybody involved. And he did it with a flair and with a style that I don't think nobody could top that. I mean, there's been a lot of great passers. You can even throw Pistol Pete in there. My favorite was Mark Jackson. But the Magic Man's on top.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would go so far as to say that when Magic came into the league, it was all about the big man.
Mhm.
And I'm not even talking about Kareem in particular. I'm talking about just the big man. It was all about the big man, Kareem, Will. You know what I'm saying? So for Magic to come in, be 6'9", he be the first real positionless player.
Yeah.
Like when we think about those Showtime Lakers, if you grab the rebound, take the ball down court. Like Benny said earlier, the win finals MVP playing the center position. It don't get no more positionless than that. I
Right.
don't.
Right.
We've seen a player that can gracefully go from point to center. Maybe Ben Simmons, but like Magic was the first one to do that, and I think that's what made him so great.
Yeah.
Me, Bernard Simmons. I haven't seen Ben in a while. But yeah, only reason I asked that question because it was 2 point guards over him. And I know his career was cut short, but I just wonder because right now, y'all say the GOAT point guard. I'm with y'all. I would pick him first. But now when we looking at picking the all NBA first team, would I put Steph Curry there over Magic? If I'm picking a team. If I'm really picking a team, will I still want Magic?
Well, I guess your philosophy will come into play, because it's like when you're building your team, do you want a scoring point guard, or do you want a point guard that's going to get people involved? Maybe maybe you want your shooting guard to be more of a shooter. So it depends on how your philosophy is when you're building that team.
Now I got you because we say positionless. And
Right.
and the guards and stuff that we got, even the power forwards, because we will all put LeBron on our team. I would have Magic. I mean, I would have Steph Curry now. Like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I would have said Magic, Mike, then I would have put LeBron. If I'm still keeping him in position, I'll put LeBron at small forward. I feel like he's the best small forward. Then I put Tim Duncan, and then I would put Wilt Chamberlain. That would be my 5. So the only reason I say that now because Magic was the NBA. And I just want to know, because right now it's 2 point guards over him. So will Magic forever be the number 1 point guard because his career was cut short, or just because he was Magic?
Yeah, I think he'll forever be the number 1 point guard because the NBA was on a downward trajectory when Magic and Bird
Like
came in the league.
it's hard to debate against Curry, but Curry's a scoring point guard. So
Yeah.
my philosophy is going to be Magic. I'll just put Steph at the 2. But then what are you going to do with Mike? It becomes a problem.
Go ahead, Seth. I
And
think
so
Benny,
it sounds like we need to do GOAT metrics all NBA team. That's what I'm hearing. The
yeah,
GOAT metrics all NBA team.
we got that in the mix, bro. We got that in the mix. We might even drop it on the end of the show. We had a couple of things going on. I mean, with me, if we say point guard and passing, Magic is the guy. You know, I didn't really speak nothing about it. I just said his statistical stuff. But Magic is the guy. It's just that I'm playing. I want to hear y'all dialogue on some things because as point guards, he he's the winningest point guard. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like Bob Cousy, that was back then, different era.
All right.
But you know, I'm being real, different era. Like when it was like more than 12,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Magic got 5 titles, but Magic got 5, right? With a top 3 player all time. You know, and right now,
Right.
there's no other player on the list so far with their teammate there.
Right. Right.
So it don't take away from Magic passing
That's
the
true.
ball, but it doesn't take away from him. No matter of fact, Bob Cousy, did he play with Bill Russell or he played later?
Yes, he did. He did. He
Hey,
played
Yeah,
with
he
Russell.
played with Bill Russell.
so it's 2, and these the 2 franchises I told y'all about.
Mm-hmm.
Boston and the Lakers. That's why I picked Tatum and Luka, because these franchises had the best players.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna hold it. I just want to put a little curve with the Magic situation. I ain't knocking Magic. I'm gonna take Magic, you know, but now I'm going towards a Curry situation, and not for passing, but for the tangibles and that 3-point shot. It's like
Right.
that right there is game changing.
Right.
Okay.
And,
Now,
and you know, just before you go, and I'll just say this, like when you say Curry, he's game changing. So you know he's up there. And that's the same thing with Magic. You know, it's the game changer. And that's why they the 2 top point guards, you know?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now it just was funny because we looked at Chris Paul and we looked at John Stockton. And most people wouldn't put neither one of them over Magic. But by
Yeah.
accomplishments, both of them played longer, and both of them got more, especially Chris Paul, he got more defensive stuff because he don't have not one
Yeah.
champion. And Chris Paul, I seen a clip the other day, right? When Kobe and Chris Paul and Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, LeBron James, all of them was on Olympics. And Kobe, the game was kind of close. And Kobe hit a shot. And Chris Paul, like Kobe was like this after he made the shot, and Chris Paul ran him to him, pushed him like you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I just realized when that, like I was just thinking to myself as a basketball fan, what that would have looked like.
Oh man.
If that was every day, Kobe hitting a shot at Chris Paul pushed him like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like what
Yeah.
that would look like for CP3 and the Mamba to be on the same team.
Mm.
Both of these guys would be much higher.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
All right. We got a new segment right here. History or his story. Okay. And this is the Steph Curry. I wrote Steph Cuppy. I wrote Stephen Cuppy. But anyway, Steph Curry, 4,000 3-pointers. Is that history or his story?
You know what? Because when I read this, I was like, oh, look at life trying to be all philosophical on us. And you know what I'm saying? I said, man, what do you got going on? But I'm gonna say this is his story. This is his story. Because Steph Curry is officially, like, we already knew that he was the greatest 3-point shooter ever. And I think that this record may never be broken. Like, and it's going to continue to grow. And this is the, the epitome of Steph Curry, like the way he shoots. And, this is, I've never seen anybody shoot like this, man. And I don't think we ever will again. I, so this is definitely, we had some great 3-point shooters, like, especially if you a Knicks fan, you know what Reggie Miller did to us. You know what I'm saying? But to watch Steph Curry, man, it's like watching grace itself. Like he's just so graceful with it. It's amazing, man.
Yeah. It's interesting too because he's an assassin. But watching
Yeah.
Curry and like you said, like let's say Reggie Miller. So Reggie Miller will assassinate you, but you hated him.
Oh
Curry
yeah.
has this thing that he's assassinating, but he makes you enjoy it with him. It's weird. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't even think of that.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So he's superb, huh? You like Mike Tyson. I'm gonna make you like it. I'll make you like it. But let me ask you a question though. So because I'm thinking it's his story. Now I know it's history because they go on narratives, right? 4,000 3-pointers is a big thing. But this is the only thing I'm saying is this with the other players that shot shots, right? That hit the 3-pointers and this, that, and the other. Was they as big in the game as Steph Curry? Or is it the championships, the facade, the church guy, the Christian? Is it everything, the whole package of the Curry family that make him as big as it is? Because to me, to be real with you, it's just me. I don't care if you got 3,000, you got 5,000 3-pointers or 9,000 free throws. If you got 27,000 points, that's what I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Like the 3-pointers look good for the game, at the game going on. But at the end of the day, it's like LeBron with 41,000 points. That's bigger to me than 4,000 3-pointers. One is harder to get, the way you look at it.
Right.
But the more points to me is what it is. Because me and my man was talking. He was like, yo, Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time, right?
Right.
Then why he don't, like, Mike got 10 scoring titles. Why he got 2? If he the greatest scorer, how about you keep shooting and score? Since you the greatest scorer. Since you the greatest shooter. But he was just making a point like, what does that really mean if you ain't scoring the most? Because obviously you ain't using if you're the greatest to shoot ever, something should show that.
Right.
Maybe you need to shoot 22 times since you're the greatest shooter to average 35 points a game. You know what I'm saying? Since you're the greatest shooter.
I think because then his point guard or guard instinct comes in and he's looking to dish off on some of those, even though he's shooting most of the time. But I mean that's the only way I can explain it, because you're right. I mean, what's the difference if you're shooting and you are the greatest shooter? Take more shots.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. I think Steph Curry is the greatest 3-point shooter of all time. Because there's a couple of players that I think shoot better than Curry, like KD. KD is so efficient, from each aspect. Like Curry is a great 3-point shooter. Like when you look at his 2-point percentage, it's not the same as his 3-point, prowess. So, and I think that is relevant because we've all been on the playground at the 3-point line, like counting down in our head, like I'm 3-point and win the game. It's so exciting. And I think that we've seen so much of that from Steph Curry, and it's so exciting that he's become that 3-point shooter. You know, like we
Right.
expect it from him, and he changed
Especially,
the game. He got everybody wanting to shoot 3-pointers. Now you got 7'2" guys out there right now on the court, like Curry. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So I think
right.
that it is, and that's what makes it relevant.
I got you. I got you. And that was a good point. That was a good point about KD being the
Did I
better.
lose y'all? Everybody go.
Yeah,
Lifeline.
I'm here. I'm here. You might have froze. Seem like I'm the only guy with good Wi-Fi.
Everybody frozen. What's happening?
You
Oh,
good. You good now. But I think that was a good point that you made with the KD because it's players that shoot better percentage, from all different spots on the floor, and they got a higher field
oh
goal.
yeah.
A lot of times they don't realize that even when Klay Thompson was shooting, Klay Thompson didn't have a good field goal percentage,
That's
Mm,
right. That's
because
right.
they still be like 45, 40. And then for other players, we be like, that's a bad field goal percentage. But since they
Yeah.
he said
Yeah.
it's such highlights with their shots, we overlook the
right,
percentage, you know.
right,
Mm.
right. Like I'm not a big fan of the volume shooters.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You get your
Got
you get your numbers, but you put up a lot of shots to get that.
you. Yeah. And you know, not for nothing, Steph Curry might be the first player to ever average like 10 or 11 3-pointers a game.
Yeah.
Like it's unheard of, man.
Yeah, the game is definitely different. Let's swing into this real quick, right? LeBron, this his story or history? LeBron's 50,000 points. That's regular season and playoffs added together. Is that his story or history?
It's history.
Okay.
I mean,
Now, when you say history, meaning it would never be broken.
No, I'm saying like history, like that's a big thing.
Uh-huh.
That's just his story.
Mm.
Like to me, the 4,000, that's Steph Curry because that's because James Harden ain't too far behind.
mm-hmm.
You know? So if Steph retired now and James Harden catch him, is James Harden some big thing?
Mm-hmm.
Because these guys, like Steph said, these guys are shooting more three-pointers. So
Right.
Mm-hmm.
you shot 20,000 three-pointers and you made 4,000. I mean, he didn't really do that, but I'm just saying. But that's
I
how
Right.
he
mean, but that might be accurate though. You look at his shooting percentages.
nah, ain't that bad. Nah. He probably shot about 10,000 three-pointers. It made about 4,000, something like that. That's closer, or he
Yeah,
shot
he
about,
had about 42%.
yeah, something like that. Something like that. So, Ben, what you think? You think this is history or his story?
Um, I would say his story. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because when talking about LeBron, it's like n- nobody's had the longevity. That this guy's played, and he's still playing well. I'm actually tired of watching him, if you ask me. But um, the longevity, he's like a Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z was in the game. And to me, the most admired thing about Jay-Z is the longevity because he ain't better than Nas.
Shots fired. I agree.
Okay, so what we not gonna do, fellas, we not gonna turn this into a hip hop debate because only person you ever compare to Jay-Z is Michael Jordan. All right, that's it, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm
All
gonna
right.
say that this is a part of history because everything LeBron does at this point is history. Because of the longevity,
All
you
right.
have to give it to him. He's going to be at the top of every list for the most part, because of his longevity. And regardless of how great you are later on, like after LeBron, everything you do, you're gonna have to face him. You know, whether you're like, oh, he's gonna be the greatest scorer. Can he pass LeBron in scoring? Can he pass LeBron in this? So it's definitely a part of history.
Yeah, and I agree too. I just don't like how the narrative was. First player with 50,000 points. Yeah, let's get it together. Let's say combined. Like they forgetting combined, you know? You saying 50,000 points and this down the other, but it's
Right, right.
not saying that's what this total and this, because somebody not catching that. Somebody thinking this man scored
Right,
like
right.
just went over 40. He just beat Kareem a little while ago, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So now
Right.
I feel like this is history and his story at the same time because
Definitely.
he telling you something new. And it's funny because in a few episodes, like a little while ago, Seb was like, me and was having a slap box about Kawhi or somebody. And he was like, yo, stop saying because somebody the first, like it means something. Like, so, you know what I mean? Like it don't mean that it's this, that, the other because they the first one to do it. And this one right here, I can't say that because it's so crazy. But
Mm-hmm.
we could debate other things when it comes to this because I'm thinking I'm on a. If y'all ain't feeling my energy, I'm hating today. I'm hating. I'm turning the wheel the other way. And y'all going right, I'm going left. Because I want to hear good dialogue about situation. But if I was to say something about the 50,000 points, right? I would probably say there's a lot of empty calories.
No, definitely. Definitely so.
A lot of empty calories. It's some guys did more with less.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know,
Right.
some guys did more points or less points, but achieved more.
Exactly.
So you Westbrook running it up, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't winning nothing.
Yeah, facts. Because you got the most playoff points and regular season points combined, and not the most titles, not the most wins. You know.
Priorities. Priorities. This is a part of the show right now. All right, well, we just open the floor. So just tell me what's on your mind, and then we're gonna go to players that we recognize that didn't make it to the league. Ben said earlier he might not have somebody. He want to throw somebody in there, whatever. It don't even matter because he said it was kind of hard for him to figure this, like look it up or whatever, or he didn't have somebody in mind. So I'm gonna let Ben drop what he want to drop when we get to that point. So if Ben want to think, but what's on your mind just around the league, periodly?
Yeah. I didn't hear that last part. I apologize.
I said, what's on your mind? Talking about the NBA, whatever. Just what's on your mind, period. Sports world, entertainment world, wherever you want to go, brother. What's on your mind?
Got you. Got you. Got you. Got you. Well, I want to talk, and this is something that I don't do very often, but I want to talk about the Knicks, man. And I don't know why I want to talk about the Knicks because we conversed about the Knicks a few weeks ago, and we were talking about the trajectory that they were on, and we were really hoping they were going to be good. And in classic Knicks fashion, what they do, they disappoint us. They lose to Charlotte, to the Hornets.
Yeah.
Like they might as well have lost to the Bobcats if they were still here. They lost to the Bobcats. I ain't even gonna say they lost to the Hornets. They lost to the Bobcats. They lost to the Spurs. Like I don't know what it is about the Knicks. They just cannot. If you're a fan of the Knicks and you get excited about something that they do, they gonna disappoint you, man. That's what it's about. That's what it's about with the Knicks. But
That's
with
why it's
that
hard.
being
It's hard
said,
being a Knicks fan.
oh no, it definitely is. But with that being said, I did look into the Knicks And then we talked about the coaching and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking into it, right? And I was like, yeah, we could get rid of our coach. We'll still be the Knicks, you know what I'm saying, regardless of who the coach is. But the question I have is this, right? When you look at the NBA, if we get rid of our coach as a Knicks fan, where do we where do you go from there? And
Um, they've been under Tibbs for quite some time, and they've been
Mhm.
trying to be a defensive team for quite some time. It's had some success, but after this, if the Tibbs thing don't work, I think they're gonna have to get some type of newer style coach to go with the NBA. Like, like you see what JJ Redick is doing with the Lakers. He's a young guy. He knows the new parts of the NBA. So I think they would have to go in that direction.
well, and the reason, and I asked that for this, right? Because we sitting under Tibbs for a while and it hasn't worked.
Mm-hmm.
But has it? Because we look at the Knicks before that. So,
Right,
what's the
right.
definition of it working? Because we made the playoffs, so when you say it hasn't worked, I have to question, well, what is the definition of working? Like, we look at how disappointed we were with when Carmelo was there.
Right.
We didn't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's like, man, we're in a league that only one team can win. Only one team is going to win the championship. So every other team is going off of the playoffs. Like, can this team even make the playoffs? Now,
Right.
we've
Well,
consistently made the playoffs for the last few years.
right. So that's the thing. Every time you do that, then the expectations go even higher. And every step you take, the expectation goes even higher. So last year, because of the injuries and going back, I mean, it keeps popping up. I'm not a big fan of Tibbs is working the players. Oh shit, there go my thing. Oh,
You good, B? Keep talking. Can you hear us?
Nope, we lost them.
Let me see. Let me see. All right. Well, I'm gonna grab the ball from Ben. Ben threw me many alley-oops, so I'm gonna take this one right here. Okay. Well, with the Knicks, what you're saying is, and what Ben was alluding to, where you're gonna go, and I'm like him. New coach, new direction. Like, what's Bobby Hurley brother that played for UConn, that coach UConn?
Yeah.
Like you need somebody that got a different, and Tibbs, to me, he has a great philosophy. He just don't know how to keep the troops happy while they doing what he say.
Got you.
Like running guys rapid and injury bugs. We talked about that last episode. So to be honest with you, that's why I'm not a fan anymore. When I say that,
I
I'm
got you. Of the Knicks or of Tibbs?
not of the Knicks. Like I'm not fanatic. That's my team, but I'm not
I got you.
fanatic because I caught myself getting upset. I caught myself, getting mad. Like a turnover. I'm like, oh, like something really happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I realized, yeah, like
Right.
people like moving away from me on the couch, like, yo, he bugging. But I was so invested. I just realized right now, I want them to win. I want things to happen. I don't always go with
Right.
the right now. I can even care less if they bring them back or not. Because
And that's where I'm at.
I feel like
That's
the
where I'm
players
at
need to
with
do
it.
what they need to do on the court. That's what I feel like. So we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. Ben is off air. So let me tell you, I'm trying to wait for him because I have a question, but right now I don't know if he's coming back. So we're gonna go to the players. I want to hear who's your because last week we was talking about who didn't make it to the league, but is recognized as an amazing ball player. Who you picked?
Well, I picked a few people because I know we said three, but
Yeah.
one particular person that I picked, he did make it to the league. But when he made it to the league, like his career was just, but he was a great college player.
Okay.
Like everybody thought he was going to turn the franchise around. And of course, classic Knicks fashion, you know, and that person would be John Wallace.
Mm.
Played for Syracuse.
Yeah.
John Wallace playing for Syracuse was, I think, 3 times he was a Big East player of the year, averaged like 17 points a game. Like he was the forward that we needed to take us into like take us to the next level.
I got
And
you.
for some reason, he got to the NBA, and I don't know if it was issues with the coach. You know, I heard a lot of rumors that him and Van Gundy didn't get along. I think it was Van Gundy at the time. Um, in his career, it's almost like he didn't even deserve to be in the NBA. He was so bad.
Wow.
And yeah, it was like I think the first 2 seasons he might have averaged like 4 points. Um,
Was it because
and it wasn't long before he was out the NBA. I think total he might have played about 300 games.
they were stacked though? Because the Knicks had forwards.
We did, but what he offered at the time, we could really use. Like, especially even if he was going to be a 6 man or player coming off the bench, like he was a rebounder, he was a scorer, you know, he was physical.
Yeah.
And I look at the Knicks team at the time, and we had guys like Larry Johnson. He was older. He had already had his shoes, so he wasn't the Larry Johnson of Charlotte, grandmama.
Mm-hmm.
So we could have really used what he offered, and I think most Knicks fans agreed. That's why he went in the first round. He came to the Knicks.
Yeah, but do you see?
Um,
I didn't look into none of that, but I'm trying to think with the power forwards and the small forwards that the Knicks had, and I'm not too familiar if he played defense because if you don't play defense, you ain't gonna get in the Knicks rotation.
no, that's the truth. I agree with that 100%.
So I don't know. Let me go to my plan. We might even play around with it and talk about other players. But my player is David Edwards from Jamaica, Queens. You know,
Mhm.
he played for Andrew Jackson, the same school as Bob Cousy, as a
Okay.
senior, average 40 points a game.
Say what now?
As a senior, David Edwards averaged 41 points a game.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then he went to Georgetown and he didn't do too well. Him and John Thompson didn't really see eye to eye. You know,
Okay.
when you look at his Wikipedia, it says stuff like that. Then he went to Texas A&M, and he had good seasons at Texas A&M. Not like 41 and all that, because by him being an undersized
Right.
guard, they had to use him for what he was worth. So he averaged I think one year like 13 and 8 assists, something like that. So he did his point guard role. But him and John Thompson They couldn't see eye to eye, and I was
Okay.
disappointed because Morning was there. Yeah, Morning was there, so I was a little upset about
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah, so as a senior, he averaged 13.3 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 8.8 assists per game. He was one of 6
Mm.
players to post a triple-double on consecutive games on March 5th
Okay.
and March 10th. So he had the skills, and that's why sometimes
Okay.
we look at players because he was killing in New York. He was killing. And Andrew Jackson, of course, he played the whole 4 years, but he was killing. I'm talking about he was killing. And then he was from my hood. So therefore, I got to see him play as a young kid. He was the first player
Right.
I idolized, that wasn't on like how you say like in the NBA or playing like Kenny go because we had Kenny Anderson, we had different players, so
Hmm.
he battled with Kenny Anderson, then we had like a Boo Harvey, like it was so many different guards in New York at a time when Dave Ellis was killing, and then hood games in the park at 48 Park or different
Oh,
parks,
yeah.
everybody coming out, the kids. This ain't the Rucker, but this Queens, baby. So it get a little different.
Right. It's close enough.
So to see Dave
Oh,
Ellis,
yeah.
and then I got a personal story. I got two personal stories about Dave Ellis. One that he wasn't there, you know, but I lived on Inwood and 111 or Inwood and Draymond. So his grandfather or his uncle, his name was Mr. Crawford. So we grew up poor. So Mr. Crawford, he come by, I speak to, hey, Mr. Crawford, hey, Mr. Crawford, hey, Mr. Crawford. So one day he asked me what size I wear.
Okay.
So what size you wear? And I told him, because I probably was I forgot what grade I was in. And he said, because my grandson played for Andrew Jackson. His name is David Edwards. You ever heard of him? I was like, no. He's like, well, he be leaving basketball shoes at my house. He play in them one game and he don't do
Mm.
okay. So he brought me two pair of Jordans, two different times. We couldn't afford Jordan.
That's what's up.
So he brought me the Carolina Blue Jordans and he brought me the original ones, the red black ones. So he brought me those. So I wore Dave Edwards sneakers. I was younger than him, but my feet was just about the same size as him. I don't know if it was a 10 and a half, whatever foot he was, but Mr. Crawford went and got me those sneakers. And then another time,
Okay.
Dave Edwards play a lot because I'm from Queens and I'm a ball player. So I seen him play a lot. But I never forget when I was on the team with Rafa, right? We at ISA gym. We at ISA gym and we playing ball and Dave is there. Dave home or whatever, because he's older than us.
It looked like we having technical difficulties, Lifeline.
You good, you good. You here. You here. You hear me?
You not.
What you mean I'm not?
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, you was frozen. But anyway, so we playing ball.
Nah, you was fine.
Nah, I'm telling you, I'm recording. I'm still on. So we playing
Go
ball
ahead. I see you good now.
and Rafa was killing. He was killing. And Dave got up, he started screaming. And I never heard nobody scream what he screamed. He was like, shoot the ball, Rafa. Shooters won the war, baby. Shooters won the war. And I'm looking at him, and he was so hyped to see Rafa get it in.
Right, right.
Get it in. Dave was so hyped to see it. Shooters won the war, baby. Shooter. And I was like, yo, because Rafa was already nice as a young guy.
Right.
But to see Dave cheer him on and push him to start putting that ball up, that was real big to me. Rest in peace to Dave Ellis, and he passed March 24th, 2020. You know,
Mm.
yes, that was real big to me though. But I don't know where Ben is at.
So hold on, let me ask you a question.
Right.
Because you talk about Ray for Ray, you know, he made the league.
Yeah.
Who do you think was better, or do you think it was just timing?
I mean, Rafe ain't averaged that in high school. You know, see, I guess high school ball player and then college or whatever is how you look at it. I always
Right,
knew that Dave was, I don't want to say this because it's fan, but he was more like a street dude, you know? So he
got you.
he moved a little different, you know. Rafa was
I
cool.
got you.
Rafa was cool. Rafa, he was who he was, but Dave was a little different. You know, Dave was a little different. Like Rafa let his game talk for him. Dave
Right, right.
and his swag talk for him. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't know no better,
I got you.
you thought he was a street dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't say he wasn't,
I got you.
but if you see Dave Edwards without a sweatsuit on, you know what I mean? He a different type of dude. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, but yeah, because Rafa made it to the league. So
Hmm.
Rafa did well, and Rafa had some good series, and Rafa was able to turn it off and on. That's why I respect him. You know, my guy is always Shaheem Holloway. You know,
Got you.
respect Rafa because he made it to the league, and then he was able to turn it off and on. Like he don't have a lot of skip plays in the NBA.
Hmm.
So he was able to be a real point guard. He was able to be a real point guard, get his bag, help his team win, and he did a good job doing it. He did a good job doing it.
Right. Nah, definitely. That's a fact.
Yeah, I thought
That's a fact.
he would have been able to do it. I thought he would have been street ball, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on today, man.
No, I apologize. My daughters were trying to get my attention.
I mean, this is a different episode today, man. Ben, he
Yeah, we don't have to do some editing.
I don't even know, man. We're about to run it. But go ahead, bro. What else is on your mind, man? Matter of fact, let me go to the Smitty joint. Okay, he said my bad. Yeah, but I'm texting Benny. But anyway, let's go. Let's get to the Smitty question real quick. We all over the place today. Let's see the Smitty question. This is a rough episode, man. It's a rough episode. Yeah,
It is. I felt like we the Temptations right now.
yeah. Smitty Loke shared. This is a Smitty question. A Smitty question. All right. So he said, with March Madness, um, who do you think the best college team was? And do you think you have to win a chip to be considered?
And he's talking about best ever.
Yeah, best ever, or but
I'm gonna go with Georgetown
yeah.
easily.
Which year?
Of course.
Which year?
Oh, he's saying which year
Yeah,
particularly?
yeah. Like which
Ooh,
team?
that'd be
Not
a harder
not
one.
who, which team?
Well,
Yeah,
you know I'm gonna go when they had I'm a New York fan, so you already know Big Pat all day, every day.
Which one?
What year was that? Must have been 86.
See, the funny thing, you sticking with your guns with Georgetown.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to look at college. I would have to look at Duke's team, running Rebels team, the Fab Five, and
Oh, I guess yeah.
I would go Fab Five. I would go Fab Five. To me, even though the running Rebels with Larry Johnson,
Yeah,
Stacey
that's what I was about to
Baldwin,
say.
Anderson.
That team was probably better
Yeah.
than the Fab Five, and they was a bunch of hood dudes too. They was scary.
Yeah,
Like,
but see the difference is I would pick because I guess both teams, damn near everybody made it to the league. The Fab Five,
yeah,
about at least four of them made it to the NBA, and the Running Rebels, about four of them made it to the NBA too. Maybe
yeah.
even more. So I would
I would
definitely.
say
What you say?
did the Fab Five. They didn't win though.
He didn't say. He didn't say when.
No. I'm just asking. They didn't win, right?
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's hard to say they was the best.
Yeah, we gonna Smitty dropped this on us, but it was a long day today, so I didn't really get to do no research, this, that, and the other. But to me, because I was a Duke fan back in the days, I was a Duke fan.
Really?
Yeah. When Grant Hill, and then I was always St. John's, and I like Syracuse, but I was more of a Duke fan when they had Robert Bricky, Hurley, Grant Hill, the Grant brothers, Christian Laettner, all of them. I was a Duke fan back in the days. I had a
That's
Duke,
crazy.
I had a Duke Jack, I had Syracuse. I like teams, but I
I
really,
got you.
yeah, I really had liked the Dukes back in the day. So, and that would be one of my teams too, but they won. But I feel like with Grant Hill and Bob Hurley and Christian Laettner, yeah, that was a tough team too. But I probably would say Fab Five, man, because to me, they just seem different. Like they
Yeah,
seem,
no, and they did it for the culture too. I think both of them, the Running Rebels and the Fab Five, they did it for the culture.
mm,
And I gotta respect that. And I grew up a Brown fan, um, because of my pops, you know. But really, I was a Wake Forest fan. Wake Forest was my team.
mm,
I don't know why I always loved Wake Forest. You know what I'm saying? Tim Duncan, like probably one of the greatest players. Because Chris Paul played for Wake Forest.
yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Established that because I said Winston-Salem on Wake Forest.
That's right.
He played for Wake
That's
Forest.
right. That's right. Yeah. Wake Forest had a couple of good players, like three.
Yeah. Now let's we just gonna spring this on right now, right? Um right now we're gonna do a segment where we're gonna pull up, right? We both gonna go in the land of basketball because a lot of people, I've been feedback. I ain't say a lot of people like we got so many fans or whatever, but
Nah, keep saying that though. Keep saying that.
but some people got at me because they didn't respect that LeBron was number 4 on our GOAT metric list.
Mm,
Yeah, a lot of people really feel like King James is number 1.
mm,
Yeah, they really feel like
mm.
King James is number 1. I can't show them this, but I'm gonna go by Land of Basketball, where you go check all your stats so you can figure out where we do all this. So, and when you want to pull this up, Sab, you can pull it up as well. But we're gonna put Michael Jordan against LeBron, and we're gonna read down their statistical categories and their accomplishments. And we're going to say who got who. So this is called the GOAT metric versus got him. And whoever got him, you know, whoever got just like we say, Jordan has 6 championships, LeBron has 4. Michael Jordan got him. I mean, so we're going to go by different things, and whoever got more be like, Jordan got him. You know what I mean? Or LeBron got him. So,
got you.
So we're going to pull it up. And I'm going to let you, we'll go because ours should be the same. Players comparison. You go to players comparison, and number one thing, the most viewed is LeBron James versus Michael Jordan. Is the most.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up now.
But players comparison. I could read it, but you probably know already anyway. So
yeah, I think most people do. They just don't want to admit it.
Now, a lot of people don't. A lot of people like players from what they see and what other people say. Like a lot of
right, that's a fact.
A lot of people don't know what Michael Jordan did or what LeBron did. They just like who they like. And the newer generation, sometimes you got to sit them down and really tell them. Like I seen guys. I'm at. I forgot where I was at. I was some doctor's office or something. I seen the young guys talking. Wherever I was at. And I was like, yo, y'all need to pull up this right here. And I put him, I gave it to them, put a comparison. They was like, well, I didn't know like Jordan had this much stuff. I didn't know. See, because you going off what you hear, what you heard. Like it's easy to check this stuff. This stuff is
not. That's a fact. That's a fact.
The first thing they got on here is NBA championships. LeBron has 4. And Jordan has 6. So therefore, Jordan got him.
Jordan got him.
All right, I'm gonna do I'm gonna do this one. No, you do next one. You got it pulled up?
Yeah. I'm looking at it.
Say the next one.
All right, so you want me to playoffs or seasons?
Seasons. Just go ahead.
All right, seasons. LeBron got 22. Mike played 15.
Jordan. No, LeBron got him. LeBron. All right. Playoffs played. LeBron 17, Michael Jordan 13. LeBron got him. So LeBron has played more games and played more playoff seasons. We're not reading this NBA Cup stuff, and we're not reading All-Stars because those is like nothing to go.
Yeah, definitely not. But can I interject something with that?
Go ahead.
Notice LeBron James played 17 playoffs. So he missed the playoffs 5 times. Right? Michael Jordan played 15 seasons. 2 of those seasons, he was injured. He only played a total of what, like 20-something games?
Yeah.
He never missed the playoffs.
Yeah. I got you. So check it out. So now we go to seasons MVP. LeBron 4, Jordan 5. Jordan got him. So now go ahead, you get the next one.
All right, finals MVPs. LeBron 4, Jordan 6. Jordan got him.
Exactly. All right, now we say all NBA first. No, we just gonna go all NBA teams. So that's what we go by. All NBA teams. Well, we could go down the list. All NBA first teams, even though the GOAT metrics go by all NBA teams, period. But LeBron got 30 and Jordan got 10. LeBron got him.
LeBron got 20 all NBA teams all together. Mike got 11. LeBron got him.
Okay. First defensive teams. LeBron has 5. Jordan has 9. Jordan got him.
And all NBA, all defensive team total, LeBron got 6. Jordan got 9. Jordan got him. So Jordan made the first team every season. Or I mean, every time he made the all defensive team, he was first team.
Yeah, definitely. Defensive player of the year, LeBron 0, Jordan 1. Jordan got him.
I'm glad I got this one. Scoring leaders. LeBron got 1, Mike got 10. Jordan got him.
All right. Assist leader. LeBron has 1. Jordan never led the league in assists, so Jordan has 0. LeBron got him.
Right? Steals leader. LeBron has 0. Jordan has 3. Jordan got him.
Rookie of the year. LeBron has 1. Jordan has 1. That's a tie. That's it. That's it. We could go to other stuff, but it's just to show y'all that when it comes to achievements, accolades, and different things, comparison, there's none. And that's the reason why LeBron is number 4 on the list. And just for METICS fans, Michael Jordan is over LeBron 100 and something points and played 6 less seasons, because this was accumulated after season 21. So there's not even with season 22 going on right now.
Right.
LeBron is 223 and Jordan is 235, and he played 6 less seasons. And that's why when Barkley be saying stuff like LeBron in year 22 is passing Jordan in certain things, you're like, dude, it took you 7 more years to do it.
Right.
That's
Right.
I know in 15 years how great Michael Jordan was. He's the only player. Him and Wilt Chamberlain are the only 2 players that average like 20 points a season. You know? 20 points.
Something I looked today, because even looking at LeBron MVPs, like when he won his MVPs, and I looked at the years Jordan didn't win league MVPs, and his averages was way higher than LeBron MVP seasons. Like, that's how crazy it is. Like, Jordan had a 36, 8-8 season and didn't win the MVP.
Yeah, that's real different. And that's why I tell people, when it comes to this GOAT metric stuff, we not sitting here picking the players we love, picking the players we want to talk about, picking the players this. No, we not doing that. We just reporting their report cards. These things are documented.
Facts.
You know, it just so happened that we like the guy that's on top.
Right. That's our era.
Yeah, that's what's up. I'm upset. I'm getting a little spoiled with the 3 guys, man, because now it's like,
yeah, me too.
It's like a phone call we having right here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm disappointed, but hopefully Benny phone be charged up, because we'll chop it up with him and see what's going on, man. Anything you want to leave us with, man, with Magic Johnson, or just anything, nephew? We wrapping this up. We've been on for about an hour, so it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah, I don't think I have much to say other than, again, I do not star on Showtime. Don't come up to me asking me if I'm the same dude playing Magic Johnson, man. It's not me. All right? I done had that done like 3 or 4 times, man. It ain't me.
No, that's right, man. Shout out to Magic Johnson, man. And I'm confused a little bit. I want you to check this out. They say he played 13 years, and maybe I was tired, because I kept looking back. It seemed like it was 14. But I don't know.
14?
It say 13. I kept checking, and maybe I was looking at the wrong stuff, or maybe I was double counting something. I don't know. But it
Mm.
seemed like when I was pulling up his stats and I was looking at it, it was seeming like he played 14 seasons. I was like, why they keep saying 13? But I'm sure they right. But for some odd reason,
Man, you just never know.
I just kept looking. I was like, yo, it's 14 seasons right here. Yeah. But
Did he
anyway,
get injured any seasons? Nah, he never had an injury. I mean, well,
I don't know.
no.
It just was tripping me out. I'm glad. Let me find out what was another one of your players though.
Oh, I was going straight to my boy Hot Sauce, man.
Okay.
And mainly because he played with Ray for they played together.
Yeah. See, I had so many players, man. I had Lloyd Daniels. I had I think
I didn't even,
what you say?
nah, I didn't even think about
Yeah, 'cause
Daniels when you said it the first time. I
yeah,
was like,
Earl Madigo. They got a lot of different players that guys could talk about that know basketball or know any about the street legends and stuff like that. My cousin Crip, he
right.
um Lloyd Daniels, Sweet Pea or whatever he used to call him, Sweets or whatever he used to call him. He used to tell me about Lloyd Daniels, how nice
Mm-hmm.
he was. When I seen the other stories from different players, like it was talking about the Lloyd Daniels stories, and then Lloyd Daniels actually made it to the NBA. Yeah, he made it to the NBA. So, but it was later on after he went through his rough life. But he did make it to the NBA, and he was one of
Okay.
them 6'9", 6'8" point guards. And I'm not gonna say he would be Magic before Magic, but he was one of those players that got it in. I never got to see him play,
Right.
but growing up in Queens, I heard so many stories about him, and that's one thing. Like just by growing up in Queens, we had so many great players. I mean, New York City has a melting pot of
Oh
great
yeah.
players. And one of my favorite players of all time, a New York player, is like Malik Sealy. Rest in peace to Malik Sealy. He was one of my favorite players. Yeah.
Who's that?
Malik Sealy. You know him?
Nah, never. I never heard of him.
He played with Kevin Garnett, man. He played at
Oh,
Minnesota.
really?
Yeah, he made it to the league, but he one of my favorite players, man. Like Malik Sealy was New York. He was New York. Like he was New York. I'm gonna let you go down that rabbit hole and research Malik Sealy. But he was New York.
Okay. I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah, he was New York. I want you to look up his college. I ain't gonna tell you nothing else about him. Look up Malik Sealy, man.
All
That,
right.
that brother, I
All
really
right. At first, I was gonna be funny.
and say
Now
what.
I'm gonna look him up. I said at first I was gonna be funny when you first said it. I was like, I'm going with Earl of Goat. I was like,
Yeah, because when we talk basketball, I think about all the players that we even heard the story. Some of these players have documentaries and movies and all this other
mm-hmm.
stuff. So, because I think next week I want to talk about or next show I want to talk about basketball movies. Basketball movies.
Okay.
What's your favorite? Because I watched He Got Game like last week or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, I ain't really like it. You know what I
It
mean?
was it was
It was the yo, like Spike was killing me with just the beginning. I wasn't
right.
all like he was trying to do all this theatrical stuff. Like
Yeah.
I'm like showing Coney Island, showing different things and showing this, and I'm like, what are we doing, Spike? What are we
Yeah. That wasn't a good movie. I felt like Denzel owed him a favor. Like
Yo,
for doing Malcolm X. He was like, man, I'll put you on Malcolm X. You owe me a favor, man.
which one came first though?
Yeah, that was bad.
You don't know which one came.
Malcolm X. Malcolm X was first.
So He Got Game was after.
Yeah. But Malcolm X took Denzel's career from here to here. Felt like Spike Lee was like, yo, I did that for you, man. You got to do this movie for me.
Yeah, that's funny right there. I would have never thought that.
Mhm.
It seemed like Spike just started where he got game.
Right. I don't know why he did it like that. I think that was like 96, 97.
Yeah, that movie, man. It was even like I don't even like Ray Allen. Not like I know him or anything, but
Right.
I'm not gonna say I don't like him, but I don't like him after this movie.
him and that him with that damn them overalls pissed me off the whole movie.
like after this movie, man, I don't know Ray Allen enough. I like his game, what he did in the league and this and the other. But when I see him in this movie might have maybe messed him up from getting more NBA. They probably said we can't get this guy on NBA with that he got game movie. You know what I'm saying?
It's Jesus Shuttleworth right there, man.
Man, let me tell you something. Now I'm just running my mouth right now because that movie, and I sat there and watched the whole thing. I was trying to figure out like when is it gonna happen? When is something gonna happen memorable?
Nothing.
It was like he tried to mix the basketball movie with with the Mac. I mean, just think about it. Just think about it. He got the cops putting him in the hotel and this, that, and the
You
other.
know what? You know what? You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Because now that I'm thinking about Dolomite, when
yeah,
they let him out of jail to help them solve a crime, you're right.
yeah.
You're right.
I'm like, what is we watching, man? I sat there and watched it because I was waiting for some, because I'm a basketball lover. I'm trying to wait for something. They're like, yo, we got Denzel here. Spike made this. I didn't understand the movie,
You're
man.
right.
And he had all New York and he had a
I
Latino.
still don't.
Yeah, he had a Latino girl. I mean, it was set up to be something nice.
Yeah, that was Eva Mendes, wasn't it?
I don't know, but she was looking real beautiful. I done seen her before.
Yeah.
I don't be trying to know their names, so I'll start stalking them. But you get a name, boy. That's all you need.
I think it was Eva Mendes. If I'm not, it's been a while since I seen it.
Yeah, but she
Um,
the dude on there was from Drumline. The older Drumline dude that was teaching Nick Cannon, he was on there.
Rosario Dawson. That's who it was.
Who the female or the dude?
The female, Rosario Dawson. That's who it was.
Okay, yeah. The movie had different people in there. I don't know what he was thinking, man. Like just the intro to the
Yeah, because
movie.
they had some stars in there.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And then the funny thing about he got game the movie, right? Yo, I wish whoever listened to this podcast, I know we just rambling, right? Well, it's just me, really. I'm really rambling because that movie was the waste of my life. Like was trying to, I was trying to find something to watch to ease my brain. So I said, you know what? We was talking about blue chips a few episodes ago. So I said,
Mm-hmm.
remember he got game. And now I remember why I don't remember he got game.
Remember, right?
That might be the worst basketball movie all time. I'm gonna have to figure this out.
Yeah,
What's
you're right.
what's the worst basketball movie all time? Well, guys, I'm the last man standing. Everybody camera is off, so we're gonna end the show with saying, well, Magic Johnson, salute to Magic Johnson. Got a question. Is he the number one? Is he the GOAT point guard? Is he on everybody starting five? All NBA first team starting five? Is he everybody? Just let me know. This is on GOAT Metrics episode 11. And remember, titles is earned and awards is given. GOAT Metric. Peace.